Welcome to Klondike Solitaire, and thanks for joining us. We've all been to that spot at the end of the game where we're out of moves, and we've got to decide whether we want to just quit or maybe hit undo and look at it again. Now, one of the big questions, or one of the big things that I see a lot of times, is you have to ask, what is holding this game up? In this game right here, we are being held up by the Two of Hearts, which is a low card that can't really go up to the foundation pile and is blocking the Three of Spades, Four of Spades, and potentially some other cards we could move up. The question we have to ask is, did this Two of Hearts come from the draw pile, or did it come from one of the original columns? If it came from the draw pile, we may have a shot at fixing this game by undoing it and putting it back in the draw pile. If it came from one of the columns, we should probably give up and start another game. To find out the answer to this question, we are going to use the undo button until we get to the spot where the Two of Hearts came from. Now, the good news is that this Two of Hearts came from the draw pile. The bad news is we still have to figure out a way to solve this. So now that the 2 is back in the draw pile, we are going to try to not play it, unless, of course, we have an ace of hearts in the foundation pile. And as we go through, we get really lucky and find this ace of spades. We put it up there. The 2 of spades can go up, and the 3 of spades can go up, which opens up this king and opens up a lot of stuff for us. And we get really lucky. We find the ace of hearts below. Now we can put the 2 of hearts up and the 3 of hearts up, and a lot more cards up, as we will see in just a minute here. The big question here is, do you see the play to open up this column? If you'd like, go ahead and hit pause. Okay, you've had some time to think about it. The question is, how do we open up this column? And the answer, of course, is we're going to put this 4 of hearts where this 3 of hearts is, up there, right? But how do we get the 5 of hearts up top? Well, that is a good question. How do we get that 5 of hearts up top? All we need to do to answer that question is move the 4 of clubs over underneath the 5 of diamonds. We do that, and we will open up that column. And then, of course, we will keep our fingers crossed that the next moves that we make will all work out. Here we are. We don't have a red 6 of hearts. So, there's a red 6 of hearts. We can put it up top. Okay, we can move the 5 of spades. We can move the 3 of clubs. And we still have the 4 of diamond, and we can move that underneath. Now, here is the tricky part that I was talking about earlier. That's a mistake that I made just right there. The 8 of diamonds should not have gone there. The reason being is there's an 8 of hearts before that in the draw pile. Now, typically, like I said earlier, you always want to try to play cards from the back of the draw pile first. This is the exception where we have 2 cards that are both number 8, and they're both red. We want to play the first 8 because it affects all the other cards in the draw pile, and we want that to have a bigger impact than if we use it up toward the back and it doesn't have any impact on the draw pile. So here we wait till we have no more moves, we hit undo, and then we grab that 8 of hearts, and we are going to play it. We just got to make sure there's no moves, of course, on the back, which there are no moves, so we are going to grab the 8 of hearts and play it under the 9 of spades. This move is a little complicated, so I'm going to walk through it. Here we have the 8 of hearts that can be played, that we're going to play. But the question is, should we play the 4 of spades and the 3 of diamonds afterwards? And the answer is going to depend on the next 3 cards in the draw pile. Obviously, if we play all 3 of these cards, the first card we're going to see in the draw pile is the 8 of diamonds, which means we will not be able to make a move. So that's not good. Now, if we play 2 cards and leave the 3 of diamonds, our first card in the draw pile is going to be the 10 of diamonds. We can't move the 10 of diamonds either. The only extra move we can find here is to just play the 8 of hearts by itself, so that the next time through, the 8 of clubs is going to show up. So the 8 of clubs is going to be the first card that we see. In this spot, out of habit, I'm searching for other moves. Of course, we're going to use the undo feature here to go back and move that 4 of spades and, of course, the 3 of diamonds, which is kind of good because that means we can open up a bunch of cards here. We're going to move up the 5 of diamonds, 5 of spades, 6 of diamonds. That opens up that column. That's really good for us. And now we're going to move the rest of the clubs, 6, 7 of clubs, and eventually the 8 of clubs. Right there, 9 of hearts. And now we're going to get to a tricky part. What we want to do is figure out a way to open up the column with the Queen of clubs on it. And this sometimes takes a little bit of thinking. Move the 9 of clubs up, the 10 of clubs up, and now we have a little bit of a bottleneck here. And the question we have in short is, can we open up this column with the Queen of clubs, or do we give up? Okay, we can move the 7 of diamonds up. We can move the 8 of diamonds up. But we need to get that 9 of diamonds opened up. And to do that, we are going to use the Jack of diamonds. What we're going to do is we're going to put the 10 of clubs and the 9 of hearts underneath the Jack of diamonds. So 10 of clubs and 9 of hearts goes underneath. And now we're going to shift the 8 of spades over to going underneath the 9 of hearts with the intention of moving it, of course. 9 of diamonds goes up top. 10 of diamonds goes up top. Now we can move the 9 of hearts back over, and then we can put those cards up. We can also move the Jack of diamonds up, which opens up the Queen of clubs. Now the question many of us are going to have is, can we open up this column? Can we get the 7 of spades out of here? And the answer to that will depend on what else we have. If you look to the very left, you'll notice there is a column with a 9 of spades on it. What that means is we can go up to one of the foundation piles. There's an 8 of hearts. We can take that 8 of hearts and place it under the 9 of spades, and what that will do is allow us to move the 7 of spades under the 8 of hearts, and of course open up this all-important column. And of course what that also does is help us solve the game. And of course that is going to wrap this up. I am signing out. Thank you for watching, and good luck.